Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of our podcast. This is episode number 14 of our podcast, the JC and Ami Diaz podcast. My name is JC Diaz.
And my name is Ami.
How are you, Ami? What's going on?
Doing great.
You're doing
How
good?
about you?
I'm doing great. We are in the middle of the week and we are happy to be back with, our audience,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we have a really interesting subject to discuss today, and this subject it could be considered a little bit controversial, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody disagrees. You can say one thing, the other person will say something, and everybody doesn't agree with the same thing. And the subject that we have is why do Filipinas regret marrying foreigners too soon? And when is it too soon to marry somebody you just met?
Not only Filipinas, some of the, other women got married international.
Yes.
It applies to everyone, but this topic is telling people that to be careful of who you marry internationally.
Yes, and that's what we have for you guys today. I believe this is gonna be a great episode. But before we do that, right, we are gonna go ahead and start the show, and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, guys. Man, I'm excited about this subject we have today, and why do Filipinas regret marrying foreigners too soon? Let me tell you this. I think this doesn't only apply to Filipinas, right? This applies to anybody around the world who meets somebody from another country and you don't take the precautions that you're supposed to take, and you don't look out for the red flags that you're supposed to see, and you rush into a relationship way too fast, way too soon, without proper vetting of this person. You don't spend enough time talking to each other on video. You don't get to know their family, and you literally just jump into this relationship blind. And I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
I think that's a big mistake because this happens to a lot of people, and in the end you have to be careful, because the person you are choosing to spend the rest of your life with, that's the biggest decision you're gonna take or you're gonna make in your life.
True.
If you don't choose the right person, this person can make your life miserable for the rest of your life. So what do you think about that? Do you think that that people that rush too soon into a relationship, I think they have probably, I would say 50-50
Yeah.
probability
But
that the relationship won't work.
Yeah, I kind
You think so?
For me, like 60-40.
60-40?
Because it's, for me, like, why in a rush? When you're in love, like, you can't see the imperfection of that person. And, it's, okay, as a foreigner, because you're a foreigner and I'm a foreigner too, in our own country. You're from US and I'm from Philippines. When I met you and you met me, did you say I'm a bad person? I went to jail.
No,
Right?
I never said that.
That's what I said. Like,
Yeah.
do people, when they get along, when they meet with each other the first day, will they say, oh, I have this, I have
Yeah.
bad temper, I don't know how to save money? People don't do that.
People won't tell you their bad side.
And some of them, they won't tell you because they think they are good. They think they're nice. Those people are narcissists.
Now, In my case, just to clear the
No,
air,
he's
I'm a good
he's a
person.
good
I
person.
haven't had a problem with the law. I haven't committed any
That's
crimes.
why I married this
I
guy, because
Yeah,
he's perfect. He's a decent man. He works in a nice job. He has goals. You always,
and we took the time to get to know each other
yeah,
too.
and you're family oriented, and at the same time you have fear from God,
Yes.
and we both have this, and we both have the
Yeah.
same religion. So that's why I love the way he is when I met him, and I know that he is the one for me. But at the same time, it take the same like in the Bible, like you need to have patience.
Absolutely.
And if you meet someone like international, like, well, there's a lot of reasons why people want to marry or have a relationship internationally. Is, for me, based on what people say in our country. Usually they said that people think that Americans or any nationality, is that we think that as a Filipino, we think that most of the men outside are provider.
Yeah.
That's what we think. Some of them is like, I don't want to marry Filipino because it's the same Filipinos. I want like mix. Some people will say that. And people would say like, oh, I give up hope in this country. What if there's a right guy for me outside from this country? Most of them are like, those are the reasons why mostly not a lot, but there are Filipinas who wanted to meet a guy outside our, international.
Yeah.
And then for me, people who are like, when we met, like, I know we clicked, but it's just that I have like patience. Like, I don't want to be in a rush. Like, I
Yes.
know that there's something with us, but I don't want to be like, oh, why don't you come here and marry me right away to prove that you love me? That's not really love. Like, when you met someone like in camera, because you don't know that person is, you just know his name. Maybe you don't know his name, because some
Yeah.
people will
Yeah.
put fake name.
Until you see that person, until you meet that person in real time,
Yeah,
you don't know. You
yeah.
really don't know.
And talk about his likes and dislikes. For me, this is what I likes and dislikes. How is he in the family? Is he, for us? Is God fearing is one of my top plays, that my husband, my right partner, should be one of those like characters that got it God fearing. So it's up to you. And like, you should, especially if you're a woman, if you're looking for a partner, even the man, but mostly because women, physically you're stronger than women, but there are women that are strong. But as for me, I'm not super strong compared to my husband. It's just that you should know his background. It's not like, oh, I need to do this and this. Just talk.
Yeah.
When you met, just talk, and then, oh, he has this, or maybe he has children, or this person have this. Like, just talk as if, like, getting. That's why it's called getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And there's something going on if there's some, like, if the guy would say, why don't we marry right away? Or what if, we don't know, there are
That's a red
Filipinas
flag.
or Filipinas too.
It's a red flag.
Both of them, I want to marry you. Like, we should marry now. Well, what do you think if you say that? Is that good? Like,
No. I mean, anybody who rushes into a relationship after 2 months, 3 months, you should never marry someone that you just met 2, 3 months and you just jump into it. And I'm gonna tell you why. This happened to me. I'm telling you from my experience, this happened to me. When I was younger, my first ex-wife, I was young, and we literally, after 3 or 4 months of knowing each other, we got together. And it was a mistake because I didn't know her, she didn't know me,
It was just love at
and
first sight.
and I don't even think, I think it's the illusion, like we create in our minds, we create this false illusion when we meet somebody in the first time, and we rush into this because we're like, we I don't
You're
even
in
know.
love with the feeling. It's just that
Yeah, you're in love with the feeling, and you're in love with the it's like an illusion of the perfect person, because that person is, like you said, that person is not showing you, and I'm not showing you my wrong side,
yeah.
and she's not showing me her wrong
Yeah.
side.
Like
So
I'll be like a perfume, a nice perfume. Like,
exactly.
oh, he smells nice. That person smells nice. Like, we don't see the bad side because we only look at the appearance
Yes.
and
Un-
how
until
he treat you how she treat you first.
until you move in with this person, or you date that person for a little while, and you get to see their how they behave, how they talk to you. Do they snap real fast? You know, if you ask them for something, are they snappy? Like, do they raise their voice all the time? Do they lose, how patient are they? Do they lose their patience real fast? You know, those are things that you need to think about. Is this the right person that I want to marry to? You know, and that was one of the mistakes, and I don't blame her, and I'm hoping she doesn't blame me. We both got into a relationship that we
Didn't work.
didn't know each other,
Yeah.
and what until we moved in together, then we started seeing, oh,
bad
this
side.
this person is like this person is like this,
Yeah.
and it just didn't click, you know.
I saw in Facebook posts mostly Filipinas sharing their stories, and she not only that person experienced it, almost the same, like, almost the same story. That the foreigner went to Philippines. He was super nice. He gave everything. Well, cause foreigners, their money there is big, and they think he's rich.
Yeah.
And when he went there, he was super nice. The family likes him. And then when the foreigner, brought her to his country, she didn't know that he's lazy. He's not super rich, but he's like, oh, I spent everything in the Philippines. You need to pay me back.
Ouch.
And then she doesn't know. Well, she knows that her husband has kids, and one of his kids is like autistic, and she hasn't experienced that before, and she take care of that autistic kid. Her husband sometimes lazy, or maybe he only go to work if there's bills coming, like DoorDash, something
DoorDash
like
and Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, he wants to go out because before she was spoiled. Like before, she said like, I do my manicures, my pedicures, like my hair. Like, he gave everything to me. But when she arrived here, her expectation was different. Because she thought he was nice. He was nice in the Philippines too.
Yeah.
And then she can't go out because he was controlled. And he's like, because of me, you're here in the U.S. Because of me, because like without you, I'll be like poor. She's like sounding like that. It's like narcissist.
So he's throwing her in her face.
Yeah, in her face. And she wanted to meet Filipinos, but her husband said, no, you can't go. And she got homesick. And she thought that, moving here is going to be awesome because it's America. Who doesn't expect, who doesn't, we thought America is awesome. A lot of people say that. But it wasn't her expectation was wrong. And then when she wants to ask if she can buy Filipino food or food that she likes to eat, because even though you can eat American food or any food here, I miss Filipino food. And the guy won't let her go and buy some Filipino food. I mean, if you marry that person, especially who's naive in this country, who's like, we're new from here, and you gotta welcome her.
Absolutely.
Because She doesn't know. When I arrived here, I don't know. I know how to speak English, but I'm afraid to speak in English with
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people.
And it was your first time in a different country too.
Yes, even though we're all human here, but it's not the same like in our country, which is, it was sad because she want to go home. She thought that before, she thought that being here will be her home, like the same like in the Philippines. Her expectation was wrong because it's not the same like she was in the Philippines. She's like, I live beautiful. My life is not miserable in the Philippines. It's just when I arrived here, she's like, I want to go
How
home.
long did they know each other before they got married? Do you know?
Like a year.
And she didn't see
Because
any.
it was nice there.
She didn't
See?
see any red flags.
That's what she said. But I know there are red flags on that. And this one time
So,
too.
but in this case, they didn't rush though. They didn't rush
Didn't
into
rush.
a marriage.
Yeah, but there's this couple. They're like 5 months, and they get married, and then she petitioned the same like us, Q1 visa,
Yeah.
but she have a baby, and then the guy locked him in the house. He can't go out. He's just focused with the baby. But she wants to go out because she would love to work because because us Filipinos, we love to send money in the Philippines. Our family there.
Yeah.
She can't, so that's why she wants to work. Her baby's, but the husband said you can't, and then but it's the guys, she feels like suffocated because she wants to go, she can't. So it's like every time the husband go for work, he locked the door like outside, so she can't go out.
So she's like in prison.
Yeah, and she have a baby.
Why doesn't she call the cops?
He cut the Wi-Fi when he's around. There's an even phone. It came from because we have this story came from we have the counseling thing. That's why he's like, please marry a person. The counseling. She said that, please marry a person who is really for you, not just because it's because he's foreigner. Like it
yeah.
sounded good,
Yeah.
but it's not. And because what happened to her is because she left. No one's in the house, only her baby. The baby. You know what she did? She escaped, and when she escaped, it was snowing outside. It was cold. That's when I didn't know. Cause she wanted to go home, love. She wanted to go Filipino, we call like Filipino embassy,
The
something.
embassy, yeah.
Yeah. The police saw her with the baby they were cold outside. That's really sad because rushing if you want to marry a person, you gotta know before you say I do to a person.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So for you, 1 month or 2 months, is that good? Like we already knew each other?
no.
No,
Yeah. Hell no.
no, or
Two
3 months.
2 months is way too fast. 3 months is way too fast. People should do like we did. We talked on video for about 6 months. And then I made a trip to the Philippines. And I went there for 2 weeks, and I met your family, I met you. And then I came back to the United States, and then we continued to talk, and I went back almost 6-7 months later.
Yeah,
Because I went in November,
November.
the first time.
2023.
Yes,
2023? Yeah, 'cause I arrived
2023.
in
And then I went back in July 2024. I went back.
Yeah.
But all that time, meanwhile, we are talking on video. I met your family. And the second time when I went there for 30 days. I went there for a longer time. And, in that time, 30 days is a pretty decent time seeing a person every day for you to see if that person is snappy or if they are how they are and stuff like that. Like you got to see that when I'm hungry, I get kind of mad, but not mad at you. I just get
Upset.
hangry.
Yeah.
That's what they call hangry.
You're not you when
So
you're
you got to
hungry.
see that, but you also got to see that I'm not a violent
Yes.
person. I'm not a bad person. I got to see how you are. I got to see how, which is really important, is how you interact with your family. Because yes, it's good for you to see how I interact with your family, but it's good for me to see how you interact with your family. Because if you talk back to your mom all the time, or you raise your hand to your mom, or you are bad to her, if you're that way with her and she's the one who raised you, how much more is gonna be with me when we're
Yeah.
living together?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's important to not rush into a relationship. It is important to take the time to get to know this person, because you're putting literally your life at risk. You can put your life at risk. Especially, we've seen it many times here in the United States, and just like you were saying, and in many countries, but here in the United States, I've seen it on the news. You know, the Filipina killed the husband because he cheated on her, he did something, because they rushed into a marriage, or he killed her, or he kidnapped her, or he locked her in the house, or always something extreme, because people don't because people rush and into a marriage. One person might rush because they're lonely and they want to be with, they need to have somebody
Partner.
right
Yeah.
away. The other person might be rushing because they want the visa and they want to get out of their country. So you have to make sure that this is not about the visa, that when you meet somebody, make sure you take your time to vet this person, to make sure this person is the right person. Make sure, because this could become literally a life or death situation if
Facts.
you rush.
It is true. Like
You know.
for me, like how to know that person if he's the one for you. Because what I did from you, because we're long distance relationship before. What I did is sometimes I don't talk to you for days because we don't have reception there and then we have
Yes.
blackout. I want to know how he react with that. If 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 he will get mad at me because I didn't respond to him, I just want to know how he reacts when sometimes like it's not like the situation is bad. Because you will know that person is bad if you did something wrong, and how will
And
he
how they
react
react.
to you.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
if it's like if something he cursed at you, that's a red flag.
Absolutely. Imagine if
That's
that's
a red flag.
imagine if that's the beginning. Once you move in with that
Oh.
person, it's gonna be worse.
And at the same time, and he's like blaming at you as if you did something wrong.
Exactly.
That's not good because that's a narcissist behavior.
Yes.
And when he will raise a voice to you,
Or
that's
call
real.
you names.
Yes.
This calling names, I've never agreed with that. Never
Yes.
calling names to people, putting you down in front of people too. You got to watch out for all those things.
Yes.
You got to watch out for all those things.
And if he will go to the Philippines or to your country, you'll observe if he or she get like mad, if that person will throw an object.
Absolutely.
Trust me, because it's just example. He's throwing only that object. Next time he will throw at you when he's super mad.
Yes.
When that person is mad.
Yes.
That's why it's really red flag when the person like have those behavior. Is not really good. It's really red flag, and especially if you're a person who don't do that. Well, just don't. Both of you don't do that. It's really
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, you shouldn't. Nobody needs to be touching anybody. No, you don't raise your hands to anybody. Violence is, you should never have violence. If you're gonna have violence in a relationship, just stay by yourself. Because what you're doing is you're bringing this person who you are supposed to love and you're supposed to take care of, and now you bring this person to live in hell with you. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna say it like it is. A lot of people fall into these tricks, and it's not only violence, right? It's mind games. People play mind games. They make you feel guilty. They'll do a lot of stuff and then make you feel guilty, so you look like an idiot, and they treat you super bad. Because that, trust me, it's happened to me in the past. It's happened to me in the past, and we have to be careful. We have, I don't know how many times I need to be, to repeat it, but you have to be careful. Somebody you met 2 months ago, there's no way that that person is telling you they love you and it's real. That person doesn't know you to tell you that they love you. It's not real. It's not real. Even if they say you don't get to love a person in 2 months until you live with that person and you accept how they behave, and you live together and you see how that person is in day to day. That's when you start either falling in love or falling out of love. You know what I mean? You don't get to know a person that you haven't lived with.
What about you don't know each other? You marry right away, right? And what if that person is controlling your money? Because there are people like that. Like they married right away, and she doesn't know. Well, your partner, you should share with your money.
Yeah.
Or like you have, what do you call that? You have the goals or mindset financially. But if that person is like, oh, you are this, that's not really the reason why you want to marry, or you both marry, is because you want to be in one, not to be like individuals.
See, but the thing is though that falls into the same situation. If you don't know this person, I'm not gonna give my money to somebody I don't know. Like I'm not gonna give money to somebody I don't know unless I meet your family and I see that you are a real person. I believe that you are real, and when I mean real, I mean that you're telling the truth. You're a real person. Then we can talk about that. But somebody who I just met 2 months ago, and now they have to give me money, you don't have to. Now, if you decide to do it, hey, that's on you, buddy. But I wouldn't do it.
But you gave me allowances before.
Yes, but I got to know you first. We met, we talked on video. I got to see your parents.
Yeah.
You made sure that I met your mom. You made sure that I met your dad. You made sure that I met your sisters. You made sure to keep in communication with me all the time. Like even when those days, like you just mentioned before, when we couldn't talk because the reception was bad, you told me at the beginning, hey, the reception is bad where I live, and this might happen. Sometimes you have an outage, a power outage, and you couldn't charge your phone. So you told me all these things could happen. So I was prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which comes into the fact that we are getting to know each other. You're being truthful with me. You know what I mean? Like, you told me all these things. Once I made sure that, okay, so she actually introduced me to her family, that means that she actually thinks that, there might be something there.
Yeah.
That's when you start knowing that person. You start knowing it. But you won't know this person until you actually travel to their place and you see them in person. You won't know them. So, like I was saying is, if you meet somebody 2 months ago and you, because I don't know where your mind is, you decide that
You're both in love.
You have to marry this person. You know what I mean?
Like in a rush, as if the world's gonna end.
Yes. So you need to, it's gonna be a conflict because you, in your mind, you know that you don't know this person, and you are gonna be controlling with the money. I think you are. But that's what happens because you don't know this person. You know what I mean?
Sucks if that person, well, you don't control my money, which is, I love the way he is, because it's like, that's your money, but the expenses in the house, he's the one who spent it because his salary is bigger than mine. That's why if soon, I have a better career too, just like him, I'm doing great with my job. But soon, if I like the same like yours, I will help.
Yeah.
But it's just, when that person is controlling even like only water bottles, like, oh, I gave you that, how come you don't have bottled water? I gave you earlier. How, like,
That's a super red flag.
that's a red flag. Like, I gave
Yes.
you that. Like,
Yeah. If
It's-
you really love that person, you don't throw the stuff you do for them on their face.
right.
You don't throw the stuff you do.
And at the same time, like, if that person is doing like that for like while you're still in long distance relationship, how much more when you'll be in together
Well, it's
in the
gonna be
same house?
worse. It's gonna be worse.
It's gonna be
It's gonna get worse once that person moves in together. If they're already controlling what you do with the money that they send you when they're giving you allowance, when you move in together, it's gonna be worse.
really.
Absolutely, it's gonna be worse.
What do you think? Because mostly men, and you were the provider for the both of us. What do you think? Like those people who are control, like, oh, it's because of me I brought you here. It's because of me you have this.
That's called a narcissist. It's called a selfish person. Nobody told you to go on that website and start talking to somebody from another country. You decided to
Yes.
do that. So don't come here throwing in my face, telling me, because of me you're here and blah blah blah. I didn't force you to travel all the way to the Philippines. I didn't force you to travel all the way to my country, whatever it is. I didn't force you. I didn't put a gun in your face. You decided that you wanted to come here. It's the same thing. Like I hear some guys online and they will be talking all kinds of trash about Filipino women, all kinds of trash. Oh my God, they're this, they're that, they're that. But buddy, nobody told you to go to the Philippines. Nobody told you. You decided because, and I'm gonna be honest. Most of the people who go after a woman from another country, it's usually older people, and I'm talking 60s. They go to the Philippines because they're here. Nobody's gonna get with a 60-year-old who all
There
they
are some,
make.
but
Trust me, nobody's gonna get with a 60-year-old who has a social security of $2,000 a month. But with those $2,000, they can go in the Philippines,
'Cause it's
and over there they're rich.
bigger, yeah.
But here you're just another regular
Everybody.
person, so nobody will pay attention to you. So what do? You go over there, and then over there you act like an asshole. And I'm gonna say it the way it is. You act like an asshole, and you go there, and then you put these women down over there, talking trash to them, putting them down like they're nothing. You chose to do that, so don't go there and throw them in their face that they're this and they're that. And yes, there's good and bad people everywhere, but don't go to another country and then start talking about those people when you were the one who decided to go there. Nobody forced you to go to the Philippines to go look for a woman. You chose to do it, and
I saw a lot of videos, men who got rejected by the Filipina women, the woman that they meet a person and then that person doesn't like him.
they get mad.
They get mad and
Yeah.
then blame like, oh, Filipinos are gold diggers. Like,
Yeah, but that's what
it's
happens.
your choice.
You chose. Nobody told you I'm gonna go get a woman in a different country.
Yeah.
You decided to do
It's
that.
like a risk, right?
You know that when you go to a different country, there's gonna be, and this falls into the subject that you don't know this person. There's definitely gonna be difference in culture. The USA and the Philippines are two completely different countries, and I'm talking because I live in the US, right? Their culture and the culture here are completely different. So if you are not a tolerant person, if you are somebody who thinks that you're better than somebody else, you're starting on the wrong foot in that relationship. You need to be an open-minded person and say, hey, I'm about to meet this person who is from a different culture, who was raised differently than I was raised, and see how it works out. But there are people that go there with their prejudice. They're already prejudiced here, and they're already racist here. Then they go to the Philippines, and they think that
They're superior.
they're superior, and they go there and they treat their families wrong. They treat that Filipina family bad, and they do all kinds of stuff over there, and then they come back here when the Filipinos reject them over there. Then they come back here and they go online and they're keyboard warriors, because that's what they're called. They're keyboard warriors, and they start talking all kinds of crap. Oh my God, this person was the worst person. No, buddy, you shouldn't have gone there if you were not ready to be in an international relationship, which means you should have spent at least, I would say, 6 to 7 months talking on video with this person, trying to get to know her family, trying to see how she acts, make a trip over there and meet her family and stuff and see how she reacts, and then make another second trip. And that's when you start getting to know this person, you know. But people like to rush into stuff, and sometimes I see it on Facebook. This person just met this person 2 months ago, and I already see them wearing a wedding dress and a wedding and wearing a tuxedo,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the heck? They just met like 2 months ago. But that's what it is. One, usually, and then usually the foreigner, the man, is usually coming from a rebound from a relationship, and this relationship is called a rebound relationship. Now you rush into another relationship because you cannot be by yourself. You're not confident. If you get divorced, you need to take time for yourself. Okay? When I was getting divorced, I was single for almost a year and a half. I was by myself. Before I met you, I was a year and a half by myself. And then I said, you know what? I think I'm ready to, because I worked on myself. I was going to the gym. I was working. I got a new job. I was doing many things, and I was getting myself
You were
ready
inspired.
first. And then I decided, you know what? I think I'm ready. I don't want to be alone anymore. But there are guys and girls who get divorced, and not even 2-3 months later, they're getting married again.
Yeah.
And that's a big mistake.
It's them, but it's just that there's a lot of chances that most of them, they are miserable. But
Yeah.
I'm not praying for their situation. But
Yeah.
it's just that it's in the, I would say, I have no rights to judge for them, but love is patient.
Yes.
So that's why, if looking for a partner is just only it helps for you and for your partner, because you will live in the same house, right? Well, there are people who are married but they don't live in the same house, but mostly they live in the same house. Soon, some of them, they're long distance relationship, but soon they will be together. You will know, and then it sucks if that person that now, when you already know that person, you've been with that person for a while, and that person is not good. It's really not like good if you go out and then that person's in the house, he's chaotic or she's chaotic. There'll be like bad situation in your relationship, because
Yeah.
like they always say, home is a safe place. That is not safe if that person is not nice to you.
Yeah. And not only that, but if you are a miserable person in your country, if you're a miserable person in the US, what do you think is gonna happen when you go to the Philippines? You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna bring that another person to be miserable with you. You need to work on yourself first. You need to work on yourself. If you're the man, and you got divorced, take some time. Take time, work on yourself, get a better career if you have to, go to the gym, concentrate on changing some of the things, some of the mistakes, because we all make mistakes. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes, but work on yourself. And if you're the woman, same thing, work on yourself. Don't just jump into a relationship 2 months that you've met this person just because you feel lonely and you have to be in another, because it's not gonna end up well. It could end up well. I've seen it where people will last a lifetime together. But I promise you, if you just met this person 2 months ago, the probabilities that your relationship might fail is higher. You know what I mean? I don't want to say percentage because I don't know, because every situation is different. But work on yourself first and give yourself the time to heal from your previous relationship, And when you are ready to move on, then you go and try and find somebody. Because when you get into a rebound relationship, you are bringing all the baggage that you have from your previous relationship to the new relationship. And now what you're doing is you're making
You're adding those.
this new person,
Yeah.
they're bringing their baggage, you're bringing your baggage, and now you have a huge baggage. It's like a luggage, like 3 suitcases when you're traveling, right? And you have all these problems all together, and what do you think is going to happen? Your relationship is going to implode from the inside. That's the way I see it, anyways, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I just think that people should take the time to get to know each other and take the time to make sure you vet this person. Take the time you get to know her family, that she actually wants to show you her family. We did a video the other day about red flags. If a person doesn't want to show you their family, they're not interested in you. Don't waste your time, you know? But make sure they show you their family. Make sure you make the first trip to the Philippines or any country. Spend some time with them. Go back to your country. Talk some more on video. Make sure that you stay consistent and she stays consistent. Make a second trip, and if you can, spend a month there.
Yeah.
And you guys get to know each other more. And then after that, you decide what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you both decide, oh, we're meant to each other. We're
Yes.
perfect to each other. But it's really nice when you like staying in this in a house where you and your partner, your fiance or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, so that you, both of you will know that, oh, we're really for each other.
Exactly. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think this was a productive conversation. I hope you guys like this conversation we had, because it is really important, guys. And I'm saying this for both the man and the woman. It is really, really important that you get to know this person. From the Filipina side, you're going to another country where this person might even be a serial killer, and you have no idea because you rush into this relationship, and now you get over there, and now this guy got you locked up in the house and you can't leave. And what are you going to do?
You have no family here.
And on the man, is the same thing. You rush into this relationship. She was a scammer, and you have no idea. Now you marry this person. Now you bring her back over here, and the minute she's done with you, boom, she's out. And now what? But that's what happens when people rush into relationships. You know what I mean? So just take your time, guys.
Yeah.
Take your time. Get to know the person. Don't rush. And I promise you, your relationship, it will have a higher possibility of working out. Right?
Yeah.
All right. I think we're going to leave it right here, guys. We will see you on our next podcast and episode 15. I cannot believe this is number 14. We're moving up. We're moving up on the
moving
ranks.
up.
This is the number 1 podcast in the entire world, the JC and Ami Diaz podcast. We hope that you guys like our content. Hit like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on episode 15. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And we'll see you
too.
guys later.
Peace.
Yes. Peace for everybody.